Hi everyone, today we are going to be talking about some amazing affordable skincare items. I think there may be a slight misconception in the skincare world that the more you spend on an item, the better it's going to be for your skin. And in some instances, some ingredients are absolutely amazing and those ingredients cost a lot of money. But in other instances, it's a total load of rubbish and you can get some amazing products for really affordable prices. So I'm going to go through some today. There are so many out on the market. I would be talking for days if I was to mention them all. So there are a few in this video. I will do more videos along this line if this video is popular. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you want me to continue this series. But to start off with, we're going to jump straight into this one. If you're new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload new videos on YouTube every single week. If you find this video helpful or entertaining, I would love it if you would click that subscribe button, the like button, and also the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I've also not done an updated favourites from the ordinary video for a good year or two now. Maybe I should do another one of those if you want me to do that video. Also have your say in the comment section. Let's start this off with cleansers. Now, I've been trialing out a new micellar water recently and really quite enjoying using it, which has surprised me because I'm not usually a fan of micellar waters. Micellar waters for me are those emergency cleansers. When you don't have access to running water, say if you're going camping, which by the way, I never do. I'm not a huge fan of camping, but if I was to go camping, I would take a micellar water with me if I don't have access to running water to use a normal cleanser. I do like a micellar water to remove any waterproof mascara that I've been trying out throughout the week because they are so good at removing your makeup. The one thing I will say, if you use a micellar water on a daily basis, if you are acne prone, if you are blemish prone, if you have really oily skin, be very careful. Make sure that you are rinsing off the residue because micellar waters tend to leave a little bit of a residue on the surface of the skin, which may be quite problematic for you if you have blemish prone or spot prone skin. I always, regardless of skin type, would advise anybody using a micellar water to rinse it off with a splash of water afterwards or go in with a second cleanser to make sure that everything is off the skin. So as a first cleanse, they're all right. As a second cleanse, I would say definitely not. This one I've really enjoyed using though. It's from CERAVE and it's the Micellar Cleansing Water. I only use this to remove my eye makeup. I tend not to go all over my skin with it for the reason that I am blemish prone, so it's not a good idea for me, but this removes waterproof makeup effortlessly. Completely effortlessly. Just like all of the other products within the CeraVe brand, this has some lovely skin barrier function improving ingredients in here, like those lovely ceramides, glycerin for hydration, niacinamide, also cholesterol. These will improve, restore, and repair your skin barrier, cleansing the skin without stripping the skin. This is fragrance-free, it's alcohol-free, it's essential oil-free. It's lovely. It's very, very effective and also very affordable, but again, I must mention, please wash this off afterwards, even if it's just with a little bit of a splash of water. If you've got no water whatsoever, this is going to be great. Using this is definitely better than not washing your skin at all. Please don't go to bed without washing your makeup off or your SPF. Please don't do that. Moving on to another product from CeraVe. This is relatively a newbie for me. I've been using this for around about 10 days now and thoroughly enjoying trying this out. It's like nothing I have ever tried before. This is the CeraVe Hydrating Foaming Oil Cleanser, and just like the last product from CeraVe, this is packed full of glycerin, full of ceramides and cholesterol. It's got antibacterial ingredients in there as well, and it's also fragrance and essential oil and alcohol free. Unlike a lot of other foaming cleansers, I would say this is definitely suitable for all skin types. I know that a lot of foaming cleansers now, especially the newer ones, are also suitable for all skin types as the surfactants have become more gentle and everybody's not using SLS in there anymore. But this is jam-packed full of squalane, so this is really not going to dry out your skin at all. It feels beautiful, and yet you're still getting that foam that a lot of people just really feel that they need to get their skin clean. I still prefer to use a balm cleanser or an oil cleanser, but that's not everybody's preference. If you feel like you can't use an oil cleanser or a balm cleanser, if that's just not your thing, I highly recommend trying this out. It's, again, seriously affordable. It does the job and it's delicate enough to use around your eyes as well, so definitely give it a go. It's lovely. Let's move on to exfoliators. There are two that are going to feature in this video. Both of them are from the same brand. Both of them are called something extremely similar, but you need to get the right one for your skin type, otherwise you are going to be severely disappointed. Both of these have completely different textures and are targeted at different skin types. So one of them is for normal to oily skin and one of them is for normal to dry skin. So you definitely need to get the right one here. I'm going to start off with the one for normal to oily skin. This is from The Ordinary and it's the 2% salicylic acid solution. This is amazing. It's now back in stock. I'm not quite sure if it's been reformulated or whether they've just not been able to produce it for a while. Anyway, I have tried it before and I think it's unbelievable. The quality for the price of this is amazing. This is a leave-on treatment. You can either treat the entire face, missing out the delicate eye area, or you can spot treat with this. So if I feel like I've got a little blemish coming up, I apply it directly to the blemish. That's what I would do. This is such a nice formula. It's not sticky. It sinks into the skin really nicely. Now, salicylic acid is an oil-soluble formula, so it can really penetrate deep into the pore and really exfoliate deep down, making sure that that pore is unclogged. Not only will it do its job and exfoliate deep into the pore, but it will also exfoliate the surface of the skin. So you get that superficial exfoliation on the surface of the skin, really getting rid of all those dead skin cells, as well as that deep exfoliation inside the pore. So there's no need to add any other ingredients like lactic acid or glycolic acid into the mix. This product will do it all. Now, because salicylic acid penetrates so deeply, a lot of people think that it will be too aggressive for their skin, and that's absolutely fine. Going towards the glycolic acid or lactic acid may be the way to go for you. Even PHAs might be a good route if you have really sensitive skin. However, if you feel like you need that really deep pore cleansing and exfoliation, and yet you have dry skin, there is now a product from The Ordinary that will suit your needs as well. And I've been holding this product up throughout this entire segment, and this is not the salicylic acid 2% solution. This is the one for dry skin. I would highly recommend this to you if you want that deep exfoliation, but you have the dryness on your skin. But be warned, if you have oily skin and you're wanting a salicylic acid formula, this is not for you. This is the salicylic acid 2% Anhydrous solution, and it is unbelievable. It does leave a little bit of an oily residue on the surface of the skin, however, so if you don't like anything that's oily, you're probably not going to like this, but I just think this is a revolutionary product. I think it's amazing. Again, even though this is slightly gentler on the skin than the original salicylic acid 2% solution from The Ordinary, you cannot get this around your eye area. I would never recommend a salicylic acid solution or even a salicylic acid cleanser around your eye area. I would just stay clear. This is much more gentle. Again, be warned. If you have oily skin, this is probably not going to be for you. Go for the original salicylic acid 2% solution. If you have dry skin, this is the one that I would recommend, the salicylic acid 2% Anhydrous solution. So two completely different formulas. They will eventually do the same job, but this one is more gentle and it's got a different feel to this on the skin. Let's talk serums. There are so many amazing and yet affordable serums out on the market. I've had to limit myself to a couple, and both of these I've never spoken about on my channel before, so I'm really excited to be able to share my thoughts with you. This first one is from Beauty Pie. These are the Superdrops Brightening and Oxygenating. Primarily, this is a niacinamide serum, but it's one of the nicest niacinamide serums I think I've ever had on my skin. if not the nicest niacinamide serum. I have spoken about niacinamide in the past. If you are like myself and my mum, you like niacinamide overkill. For me, niacinamide is the magic ingredient. My mum would not be without it at all. And yet, niacinamide works and will produce results at quite low levels. So if any of your other skincare products contain niacinamide, there's really no need for you to introduce a standalone niacinamide product into the mix, but this is beautiful. It feels lovely, and yeah, I can't help myself. The consistency of this serum is so lightweight, it's like adding water to the skin. I've never actually applied a serum that has been this loose before. Usually it's slightly gloopier than this. It's so beautiful, it sinks into the skin effortlessly and feels absolutely beautiful on the skin. Like other niacinamide products, this regulates oil production, prevents breakouts, brightens the skin's appearance, really evening out the skin tone, and also protects and repairs the skin barrier. This also has oxygenating properties in here, which will help to repair the skin barrier, and yeah, I love it. It's just beautiful. The next serum contains another active ingredient, which is in fact my favourite active ingredient of all time. I haven't made a secret about it during my entire skincare journey on YouTube. Retinoids are amazing, otherwise known as vitamin A derivatives. There are different types of vitamin A derivatives, starting from granactive retinoid and moving all the way up to tretinoin. I myself am on prescription tretinoin, which doesn't come cheap. However, if your skin can't cope with tretinoin, or you're looking for a slightly more affordable alternative, but you're wanting a similar strength, this is the product that I would definitely recommend. So this serum is from a brand called GEEK and Gorgeous, which I'm not quite sure if this is available in the US. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I do know that this is available throughout the EU. This is called A-Game, and it's available in two different strengths, 0.05% retinol and then 0.1% retinol, which is really quite potent. I would recommend that you start off with the weaker strength, 0.05% retinol, because it's seriously potent on its own anyway. Do not start off your retinoid journey here. If you've never tried a retinoid before, go to The Ordinary, try out granactive retinoid emulsion first. Once your skin can tolerate that, move up to a retinol product, then move up to a retinol product, and work your way up to prescription tretinoin. So before we move on, let me just list the benefits that most people get when they're using a retinoid in their daily skincare routine. Let me just remind you, however, don't jump in to a really potent strength straight away. Start off weak and build up your skin's tolerance, otherwise your skin will not thank you for being impatient. It's a marathon, not a sprint. My skincare journey has been a long one, but it's definitely paid off. So, used alongside a skincare routine that contains a really high strength SPF, you'll notice your skin tone start to even, your skin will start to firm up, it will become plumper, it will have more bounce, it will look more youthful, it will have a lovely glow to it. Any sort of texture will start to smooth out. Any wrinkles and fine lines will also start to smooth. Hyperpigmentation will start to reduce. This basically does it all. It can turn back the clock on your skin, really reducing that skin damage that's built up over years and years and years of sun exposure. So it's definitely my #1 ingredient to have in your routine. So this is retinol or retinaldehyde. It's only one conversion away from prescription strength tretinoin, which is why it's so potent. It's a really lovely consistency. It sinks into the skin beautifully. I would say that one pump is slightly too much for my face. Half a pump is probably where I would start, and definitely cover this over with a moisturizer, which is where we're going now. Let's move on to moisturizers, which is the final part in this video. Again, I have two options for you. These are both incredibly affordable and also really effective. Both of them look after the skin barrier, both of them hydrate the skin. One of them is slightly more nourishing than the other because these are for completely different skin types. So let's start off with the one for normal to oily skin first. I only have the sample pot of this because my skin is dry, so I just wanted to try this out, just to see whether I like it. It's lovely and it's great for me to use during the day, even with my dry skin if I'm wanting something really light. This is from e.l.f. and it's the Super Hydrate. This is amazing for anybody that has really thirsty, really dehydrated skin. It has some amazing ingredients in there. It's super lightweight and gel-like. This is for blemish-prone skin. It's full of superstar ingredients like squalane, glycerin, centella asiatica, so it's really calming on the skin. It's full of niacinamide, and it's also fragrance and essential oil and alcohol free, so it's great for anybody with a sensitive skin as well. Absolutely stunning. It's weightless. It's not just lightweight, it's completely weightless, and it doesn't leave a stickiness on the surface of the skin, which a lot of gel-like formulas can actually give. I'm really, really impressed. If you're looking for something for a teenager that needs that hydration in their skin but doesn't really want anything heavy, I would definitely point you in this direction. Also, if you tried lots of different moisturizers and they're all too weighty for you, if you don't like the feeling of them on your skin, try this one out. If you have really dry skin like me and you need something slightly heavier, richer, more moisturizing, more nourishing, I recommend this one from BYOMA. This is the Moisturizing Rich Cream. Now, I need to say this straight away. I get so irritated with brands that come out with amazing products that are let down by inferior packaging. There is no need for this whatsoever. The product is amazing if you can get access to it. So the packaging is cheap and nasty. I don't like it at all. It's a really hard package. It's not squeezy at all. It does have a pump, which usually I like, but that pump doesn't always work, which is a problem. You can take the pump off, but then unless you have a really long spoon to be able to get access to the product within the non-squeezy packaging, it can be slightly difficult. So I just wish they'd put it in a really plain squeezy tube. That would have sorted out all the problems because the product is beautiful. The consistency of this is really nice as well. When the pump works, it's really nice. It doesn't give out too much per pump, which usually for a moisturizer I wouldn't like. But in this case, I really do, because I actually use this underneath my eyes as well as around my face. So if I'm wanting to use this all over my face, 3 pumps is enough. If I'm wanting to use it around my eye area, I only need 1 pump, and I know I'm not going to waste any of the product. So this is lovely. It's got glycerin, shea, ceramides. It's also got bakuchiol in here, which some people would say was an alternative to a retinoid. I don't think there's enough science-backed evidence to suggest that that is the case yet, but definitely watch this space because it definitely doesn't have as many side effects as using a retinoid. So if it does everything that a retinoid does, I'm all for it. But like I said, there just isn't enough science-backed evidence yet. So even though this is a really rich, really nourishing cream, you don't just have to use this in the evening. You can use this as your day cream if you're wanting something slightly heavier to prep your skin for makeup if you have those really dry areas. I really like this. I use it for both. I tend to not use this all over my skin in the daytime. If I have some really dry, rough areas, I'll go over those with this cream and then go over the rest of my skin with something a little lighter and then use this in the evening. But it is lovely. It really is a lovely product. Just not the packaging. So that's it for this video. I really hope you found it helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. What are your ride or die affordable skincare items? I may end up featuring those in a future video. If you do want me to carry on this series, again, do let me know in the comments section and I will get straight onto that if that's something that you'd really like to see. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.